Hello, this is H.C. Bailey, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy VII! I was on the Western continent, or, well, not the Wutai continent, but the Gold Saucer continent. And I figured as long as I was in the area, there's a couple things that we can do here at Nibelheim, now that we got Cloud back in our party. So, let's play a song that we learned so long ago. You don't have to do the tempo like that. I just decided to do that just to make it like the overworld theme song. Where have I heard that one before? Oh, and by the way, you have to have Tifa in your party for this event to occur. Well, Cloud and Tifa, I suppose. Oh, who's writing this letter? Well, someone apparently saved Tifa's life in the fire. Apparently she couldn't survive the fire. Oh, that must have been Zangan, Tifa's teacher, who taught her all the martial arts and all that sort of stuff. Know some cure spells. I suppose every job class can get cure spells in this game. I don't like it when they do that, when everyone is so customizable like that, you know? It just doesn't work for me. I like it when you have more constraints, so it forces you to be a little more creative in order to overpower your enemies. And we get Tifa's final limit break, or fourth limit break, Final Heaven. Don't want to mess with her now. Okay, well now that we got that taken care of, there's one other thing that we can do here that can shed a little more light on how Cloud got to be the way he was. Now in order to trigger this scene, you have to have Cloud back in your party and head to the basement of Shinra Mansion. So, let's see what's going on here. Oh, they're doing experiments on them in those, I don't know what you call those things, capsules, or tubes, whatever. Apparently they just decided to keep them in their uniforms. They must have found them after that incident in, what is it? The reactor there. How do they keep them alive in those things anyway? Oh! Oh, he managed to break free. Alright. What was that guy doing anyway? Was he gonna, like, feed them in there or something? Apparently it was just a gas-filled chamber. It kind of looked like they were floating in there like it was a liquid or something. I don't know. I don't know what's going on here, but... Now, I don't know if they explain it here. I'm certain they don't explain it later in the game. But apparently after... They might explain it in one of the other Final Fantasy movies, like Last Order or whatever. I don't remember, but... What they were doing was they were doing experiments on Cloud and Zack there with Mako and Genova cells and all that stuff. And, well, that's how Cloud got as strong as he was. But it also messed him up quite badly, or mentally. Zack apparently was strong enough to not be affected by the experiment. That's why he was in Soldier in the first place. How are you going to take a truck to get over to Midgar? Apparently Cloud is once again behaving like one of those... What are those birds that like bob up and down? Like it bobs its head down like it's going into water. Then it slowly rises up again and then comes down real fast like Cloud's head is kind of doing there. Ah, whatever. Alright. Oh. You must be talking about Eris. Yeah, let's just live, like, right at your girlfriend's house, which isn't too far away from the headquarters of the people who are coming after you now. Well, you could sell your hair. I've heard that hair sells for a lot of money in some other countries. I don't know where they are. That's just what I heard. Yeah, insult the guy who's giving you a ride. Great idea. You could become a gigolo. And you got the stamina for it. Maybe not Cloud, but hair might kind of freak some people out, though. Of course! Hey, alright. Sounds like a plan. That's one way of making money. See, what happened was, and they don't quite explain this in detail here, but Cloud, in his Mako poisoned state, was hearing all these stories from Zack and plans and all that stuff, and they sort of imprinted on his memories. So that's why he kind of thought that he was Zack and all that sort of thing that was going on there. It wasn't just that he took his story and made it up, you know, consciously, you know. I mean, he really thought that those were his memories. Because, you know, the Mako poisoning really messed him up there. I forget why I know this. Maybe it's from watching Last Order or something else, or maybe I just read it somewhere. Whatever. Take him on, Zack. You're a Jedi. Yeah, watch over your friend. Yeah, good job. I think he's dead. It's a little overkill there. What, 2 soldiers took down a Jedi? You gotta take 10 of those soldiers to do something like that. Don't worry, he's as good as dead. I mean, there's no way he'd ever come back to haunt us in the future. I'm not quite dead yet, sir. Well, they can't be too far from Midgar. And Cloud managed to find his way there eventually. That was that scene at the train before the flashback at Mideel there. No! Okay, yeah, they are at Midgar. Yeah, great idea. Walk right into the hands of the enemy. Are there 8 reactors there? Oh, that 8th one must be, like, behind the Shinra Tower or something like that. Well, okay, that explains a little more, so now let's head back to the Chocobo Ranch. I finished all the racing that I needed to do, so now it's time for some breeding. Alright, we've made it back, so now it's time to mate those Chocobos. Now, just so everyone knows, here's the rules. Well, first you have to talk to this guy. Choose mate Chocobos. Now you gotta choose a male and a female Chocobo, obviously, so let's select this one. Male and a female. If I can. There we go. And yeah, that's the one I want to use. And now we have to give the guy some balls. I mean, nuts. In this case, I want to use the carob nut to breed the Chocobo that I want. We'll save the Zeo nut for later there. And then they mate. Fortunately, Chocobo sex only lasts about 5 seconds, and the incubation period of the baby is just as short. And even better, the newborns will be able to procreate in just a few minutes. Man, they breed almost as fast as tribbles. Now, more importantly, the stats of the parents will pass down to the children, so I won't have to feed them as many Silcus greens this time around. Now, since this is a male Chocobo, I'm going to name him Boko. Sorry if that's a spoiler for Final Fantasy V. Too bad. It's not that big a spoiler. Now, because I had the right quality Chocobos and raised them up a rank, this is what allowed me to get a green Chocobo, which can cross mountains. I could have also gotten a blue Chocobo, which can cross rivers. Whichever color Chocobo you got first, now I want to mate these 2 Chocobos to get a Chocobo of the opposite color and gender. So I want a blue female Chocobo now. I'd recommend saving and resetting until you get what you want. So I'm going to take care of that and be right back. Okay, well, it took me, I think, 8 tries, but I finally got my 2 Chocobos that I wanted. We got Boko, the male green chocobo, and I aptly named my other chocobo Coco, the female blue chocobo. We're going to want to mate them eventually, but they can't mate right away. And, well, since we only have 6 stables, in order to breed new chocobos, we have to kick the old ones out. So, sorry, bye. So all you got to do is release chocobos and pick one, and we'll have a new spot ready to go. Now I'm going to have to buy some more greens. I'm going to feed 11 Silcus greens to each of my newborn chocobos and race them up to the A class between now and next time on Let's Play Final Fantasy VII. This is HC Bailey signing off. Have a good day.